Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. Yeah. We were just talking about me screwing up the last segment, talking about St. Louis was the worst city in the country, and it's the worst city in Missouri. Like, that's, really? That's like saying the worst city in Illinois is Chicago. Surprise. The worst city in Cleveland is Baltimore. Really? I'm shocked. You know what I mean? Come on. We know that. But the decline of St. Louis, I can't even imagine somebody. 1950, 850,000 people. All right. Now, 318,000. Since the 1950s. That's just ridiculous. And let me tell you, St. Louis is bad. The race relations in St. Louis are horrendous. I talked to a lady who didn't even know it. She's like, I'm shocked. She was shocked when I said race relations under Obama were far worse. She was like, hey, where are you getting this information? What are you talking about? She couldn't believe what I said. I told you guys the story. I flew with her on a plane, she and her husband, and she admitted, she goes, Kevin, I'm not political. I'm just seeking my own inner peace. And I go, well, congratulations to you, because I think that's good. I think we need to sometimes pull back and go, you know what? I'm not going to get caught up in all the rigmarole, as my grandmother would say. Boy, get away from all that rigmarole. I love that word, rigmarole. But she would tell me, don't bring me all that rigmarole. I never knew what it was. Is that really a word? I mean, rigmarole. Look it up. But it's good to pull back from the rigmarole and get inside of yourself and just say, and find some peace. Because let me tell you, it's crazy out there. This lady couldn't believe it. You would almost have to be a hermit to not see how bad race relations are in this country. Honestly, am I right? You would almost have to be a hermit. I mean, videos of knockout gangs and black flash mobs and the amount of crime that's done. And, what about these kids that beat up this little white boy on Facebook or something? Remember that? They beat this kid up and made him say, y'all beat me up because I'm white or whatever. It was a complete racial incident. 4 black kids. And he was a developmentally delayed, like a 21-year-old guy. They were beating in his scalp, cutting his hair. I mean, it was just ridiculous. It was one of those things where if I'd seen him, I'd have beat the crap out of all 4 of them. Yeah, including the girl. She deserved it too. You don't do that to a developmentally delayed young man who he doesn't even have a malicious bone in his body. Okay, I wouldn't hit the girl. Y'all so sensitive. She's a hoodlum. Anyway, I'll tell you about another lady. We want to talk about race relations. She pushed an old white dude, 80-year-old white man, down in a bus because he was sitting towards the front, cursing him out, telling him he needs to move to the back of the bus. He gets up, she pushes him down to the floor. Now, all this started with Barack Obama. His response to Gatesgate, where the white police officer in Cambridge was accused of racism by the Harvard professor Henry Gates. And Obama immediately sided with Gates, alluded that the white officer had overreacted to the incident because the professor was black. As it turns out, the professor overreacted, not the police officer. The police officer was doing his job. And I reminded her of Black Lives Matter, a movement built on a lie told by black folks. Hands up, don't shoot. They just walked right up and shot that poor black man. They just shot him in his face dead. You just shot him. Lie. He had his hands up. Don't shoot. Total lie. Michael Brown was trying to kill a cop. Ran back at the cop. Charged him. Unbelievable. Good police officer. Darren Wilson gets fired. His boss gets fired. Chief Tom Jackson. Hey, bonus BLM, you got 2 white guys out of a job. Then Ferguson goes out and what do? They hire a black dude. 2 white guys out of a job, they hire a black guy. And the black guy goes, I want to get more black cops. But they haven't hired a single black cop in Ferguson. What about the administrators at the University of Missouri who got fired because some black dude walking down campus claims that some hillbilly in a red truck yelled the N-word to him? They took it to the chancellor, and the chancellor didn't respond quickly enough. And so the number 2 guy resigns, and the chancellor ultimately quits. I don't know who they got. You think probably replaced them with 2 black people. Don't send your kids to the University of Missouri. By the way, the endowment for the University of Missouri fell $6 million instantaneously. People said, I'm not donating to that school anymore. I'd love to have their database. I'd write to every one of those alumni and say, don't donate to them, donate to me, and I'll make sure they never do something like that at your school ever again. It could be done. We recently documented this black chick that gave guidelines to white people to assuage their guilt. She came up with a list of things they could do to make up for their years of being white. Yeah. White people, if you don't have any descendants, will your property to a black or brown family, preferably one that lives in generational poverty. That was the first one of the things that she wanted you to do. Give your money to somebody poor who's black or brown. Generationally poor. Not just happen to fall upon hard times, but, taking a risk trying to build a business or something. But no, somebody who's generationally poor, because, of course, they really know what to do with the money. They're like lotto winners. And a host of other crazy things that this woman goes, this is what white people need to be doing to make up for that, all that bad stuff. Clearly, black leftists have issues, unresolved daddy issues, unresolved, slavery issues, Martin Luther King or Abraham Lincoln issues, because they always are asking for something. So this elderly white dude is on a bus. Black woman walks on, shoves him to the floor with a racial slur. Told him to sit to the back of the bus. The suspect, they say, was between 30 to 40 years old. She's still being sought. 6:30 a.m., 80-year-old man boards the M15 city bus, sat up front. Why wouldn't he? He wants to get out fast. He's 80. She gets onto the bus, takes exception that he would dare sit at the front of the bus, says, you white hunky mother, blinky blink. She said it several times. Get to the back of the bus. And at some point, the dude gets up. He's gonna apparently get to the back of the bus so he can just leave. He can be left alone, and she shoves him. Wrong on so many levels. A lack of respect for her elders, a lack of decorum. Period. Right? Just complete a-holism to the hilt. But thankfully, the guy appears to be doing okay. That's another instance. I'm going to tell you right now where that woman needed to get her butt kicked. Oh, Kevin, you shouldn't hit a woman. Yeah, but she should go hit an 80-year-old man. Right? With no repercussions. I'd get my sister to whoop her butt because that's what she needed. See, this is the type of racism that has been fomented by Obama that he doesn't want to take credit for, and neither do the left.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.